Good morning, or actually good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know I haven't been doing this in quite a while. I've been in my own rut, and I feel like I've been wanting to go back to this because I find I add value to those who listen to it. And I don't even know what I'm going to talk about right now because I feel like I had something to talk about before I started this video, and then it blanked on me. But as I drive, I'm always thinking, and I find even when I have the music down low or I don't have it on at all, I'm hardcore thinking about what life is gonna throw my way, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's up or down, whether it's in front of me or behind me, on the side of me. And I always hold, not always, because I do struggle like everybody else. When I come back to this place of godliness, or this place that I get closer to God, and I strive closer to God, it's almost like it's a dead sprint. Like right when God I give prayer to God, I come back to God, I'm reading more, I'm doing this. It seems like God never forgets where we left off. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is, like, you know how, let's just put this in the context of video games. You know how you keep playing a video game and then there's usually a checkpoint or a save point where you can come back to it later? You're like, I know you did all 2 hours of gameplay, but let's start back from where that 2 hours just last ended. And I'm going to say this in a humorous way. I think God does that for us. Maybe because we're not ready to take on what he has for us, or maybe he does that knowing that we need to build a talent or build a skill. So what he does, he throws us in a different direction. And tries to establish that skill or talent. And then he says, okay, now, it's almost like a point where he asks us, so would you like to load that game again? Would you like to continue where you left off? And then instead of it being back at the beginning of where you started, he throws it. Not like that. I'm maybe I shouldn't use throw, but you just start where you left off. And I feel like that's where I am. I'm continuing where I last saved it. And it almost feels amazing. It feels peaceful. It feels like it's scary. One of the things talking about fear, scary. One of the things I put on my front of my door when I walk outside my door to start my day. One of the things I realize a lot is the moment I walk out of my door. I'm going to start that over. It's the moment I walk out of my door. I have this thing on the back of my door. It's taped to the door. It says, overcome fear, and then step into the box of the unknown. And I actually just added about 3 days ago, I said, overcome fear with faith. And I think a lot of us have this fear factor of, what if I fail? This fear factor of, what if I am not good enough? Of this fear factor of, maybe I'm not skilled enough. Maybe I'm too depressed. Maybe I'm too anxiety ridden. Maybe I'm too not in the right place. Maybe I need to be more skilled. Maybe I need to be more this. Maybe I need to be more that. And I think when we focus on that fear, I think we're giving into it. I think that's what happened to me. My save file got saved, and I let fear control the outcome, and I became fearful, and I allowed fear excuse me. I allowed fear to dictate what I was going to do for my future. And then I succumbed to that fear. I let fear take hold. And in a way, I almost reversed it. I put God on a save file. God was just waiting there. Hey, Chris, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to come back. Sorry if you hear that beep. I'm waiting for you to come back to this point where I brought you. I'm just waiting for you to realize it. And yes, I wholeheartedly believe that God sits there and he won't try to push you hard enough. And I don't think he will sit there and forget about you. I think we at times put him on a pause or a saved file because we're too scared. We're too scared to step into the box of the unknown. We're too fearful of what that looks like. And so we run away. We make bad choices. We just get to a point in our lives where maybe even we punish ourselves because we don't think we deserve it. And I'm just here to say, you weren't put on this earth to be feared because your adversary wants you to be fearful. You're put on this earth to make a difference, whatever you came from, whether it's trauma, whether it's abuse, whether it's you were well off. You're here to add and help people around you. We're not here to screw each other over. It's not about me, me, me. It's actually about how we can all get to a better place in our lives by being a perfect example that God made us to be. That is only if there is a value or a principle or a morality that you hold God into your heart. I hope that encouraged you. I hope that doesn't down you, but I hope it encourages you. That's all I can do is offer you is encouragement through God. That's all I can really offer you. And when I look at my life, I don't have many skills that I think right, but I hope that encourages you, and I really hope that puts you in a better mindset. I love you guys. God Minded Fitness right here. Let's get into it.